Hello everyone, welcome to Defense IAS Academy. Today we are going to deal about environment, ecology and biodiversity. So a few multiple choice and frequently asked questions on environment, ecology and biodiversity. Now environment and ecology are it's important subjects of civil service examination, and the environment related topics are asked both for the UPSC prelims as well as the UPSC main. So the syllabus of prelims and mains have both the environment related topics. So first we are going to see a few standard questions or a few questions that are related to environment, ecology and the biodiversity. Then we'll go to a little more complicated or complex questions. So the first question. The study of the relationship between the environment and the living communities is called dash. So what is it called? The relationship between the environment and the living communities. What is the study of this called? It is called as ecology. Ecology is defined as the study of relationship between living organisms, that's like including humans and their physical environment. It seeks to understand the vital conditions or connections between the plants and animals and the world around them. So it is the relation between all the living organisms and the physical environment. Who was the first to study ecology? So the answer to this question is Ernst Haeckel. He was the first one to study ecology. Who was the first to introduce the word ecosystem? So who introduced firstly the ecosystem word? The correct answer is A.G. Tansley. He was the one to coin the word ecosystem. Now, in which year does the term ecosystem was used? In which year was the term ecosystem used for the first? The year 1935. Now, what are the two components of ecology? So, the components of ecology can be classified into two. The answer is biotic and abiotic. So, what is this biotic and abiotic things? So, biotic and abiotic components are essential factors that are responsible for shaping an ecosystem. The biotic factors represents to all the living beings that is present in the ecosystem, and the abiotic factors represents the all the non-living components like the physical conditions, which includes temperature, pH, humidity, sunlight, etc., and the chemical agents that has the different gases, the minerals and nutrients that are present in air, water, soil, etc. in an ecosystem. So biotic is the living beings present in the ecosystem, and abiotic refers to the non-living components present in the ecosystem. So next question, 6. The transitional zones between two ecosystems is called what? So the transitional zone is called as ecotone. So what is this ecotone? Ecotone is a zone where two communities meet and integrate. It is a zone where two communities meet and integrate. For example, the mangrove forest represents an ecotone between marine and the terrestrial ecosystem. The other example can be a grassland that is between a forest and a desert. Another example can be the river bank or the marshland that that lies between a dry and a wetland. So the ecotone contains not only species common to the communities on both sides, but also it includes a number of highly adaptable species that tend to live or colonize in such transitional areas. Question number 7. Which are the two parts of the ecosystem based on habitat? The correct answer is terrestrial and aquatic. So what are these terrestrial and aquatic systems? Terrestrial ecosystems are found in land, mainly in the tropical rainforest, the deserts, grasslands, etc. And the aquatic ecosystem, they are found in bodies of water, which includes lakes, ponds, wetlands, etc. So that defines the terrestrial and the aquatic ecosystems. Now the next question is, the still freshwater ecosystem is called dash. The still freshwater ecosystem is called dash. The freshwater ecosystem, it's actually a subsystem of the aquatic ecosystem. So the freshwater ecosystem will include lakes, ponds, rivers, streams, springs, bogs, and wetlands. The freshwater ecosystem is again classified into two, where you have ecosystems in which the water is still, that is not moving, and ecosystems where the fresh water is moving. So the still freshwater ecosystem is called as lentic, and the moving freshwater ecosystem is called as lotic. That explains your next question, question number 9. Moving freshwater ecosystem is called dash, that is called as lotic. Next question, the functional role of an organism is in an ecosystem is called as what? The functional role of an organism in an ecosystem is called as dash. So the organism lives in its habitat within a community. Before that, I'll tell you the answer. It is called niche. The role or job of an organism within a community is called as niche. The organisms usually lives like within a community. So their role or the job which it does inside the community is called as the niche. It's called as niche. Now next question, the biotic components in the ecosystem which makes their food self are called what? So what component in the ecosystem makes food self, like food for them, food by themselves? Now the correct answer is producers. Producers are the one who makes the foods for themselves. There are three components or three groups of components in the mainly the biotic components in an ecosystem can be classified into three groups. One is producers, which mainly includes the green plants. Then comes the macro consumers, usually it's the animals. And then comes the micro consumers or decomposers, where you have bacteria and fungi. Next question, the sustainable biotic group in an ecosystem is called what? The sustainable group in an biotic group. The sustainable biotic group in an ecosystem is called what? It is called as ecotone. The correct answer is ecotone. Next question, question number 13. When the number of one species in an area exceeds other communities are called, I repeat the question, when the number of one species in an area exceeds other communities are called, the answer is edge effect. This effect is called as edge effect. So edge effect refers to the changes in population or community structures that occur at the boundary of two habitats. Earlier we told that boundary of two habitats is called as ecotone. So edge effect refers to the changes in population or community that is happening in an ecotone. Sometimes the number of species and population density of some of the species in the ecotone is much greater than either community. This is called as edge effect, and the organisms which occur primarily or most abundantly in this ecotone is called as edge species. So the more number of species that are found in the edge effect area or edge effect ecotone is called as the edge species. For example, the density of the birds is greater in the ecotone between forest and desert. This can be called as an edge effect. Next question, in which region of the world has the most complex ecosystem. Which region of the world has the most complex ecosystem? It is the equatorial region. The equatorial region has the most complex ecosystem. Now, the example for an most complex ecosystem can be told as tropical rainforest. These are like they grow in the equatorial regions. The tropical rainforest, they grow in the equatorial regions, and example the Amazon rainforest. And a complex ecosystem is considered to be one which consists of a large number of plants and animals that vary among each other. Means it has a large number of plants and animals which are which can exist in a suitable temperature and moisture, and means for example, if we take the tropical rainforest, it has a suitable temperature and moisture that favors large number of plants and animals. So there is an immense growth of primary producers, and the tropical forests are biodiversity hot spots. Next one, where are the most stable ecosystems found? The correct answer is ocean. Ocean has the most stable ecosystem. Next question, who used the word biodiversity firstly? The correct answer is E.A. Notes in 1980 used the biodiversity word for the first time. Which one is the richest area of biodiversity? Next question is, which one is the richest area of biodiversity? The correct answer is tropical rainforest. Now, what is biodiversity? It's like a term that is used to describe an enormous variety of life on earth, or you can say that a lot of species, or like a lot of species that exist in a particular region or ecosystem. The species can be like plants, bacteria, animals, and humans. So all this together, when they exist in a common or exist in one region, it is called as biodiversity. So the tropical rainforest is considered to be a richest area of biodiversity. So which region is known as the storehouse of biodiversity? The answer to that question is tropical rainforest. The tropical rainforest is considered to be a storehouse of biodiversity because the tropical rainforest, it has a large number of plants and animals are found there, and the temperatures and the moisture of the tropical rainforest, it favors the growth of lot of like producers, that is plants, and the tropical forest also are also called as the biodiversity hotspots. Question number 19. Which region has the highest productivity in the aquatic ecosystem? The answer is tidal river region. Next question. The low productivity in the deep sea region is called what? It is called as biodesert. The low productivity in the aquatic ecosystems is mainly due to limitation of the light, which decreases with the increasing water depth. That means as the depth of the sea goes up, I mean at deep sea, the depth of the sea is like at the highest point. So in that point, the light is very limited. The availability of light is very limited. So the productivity is very less in the deep sea. This area is called as, or this region is called as biodesert. Next question, which area has the largest terrestrial life? The answer is savanna region. Question number 22, how many percentage of the world is occupied by savanna region? So You can say that 24% of the world is occupied by the savanna region. The savannas are also known as tropical grasslands, and they are found they are found to the north and south of the tropical rainforest biomes. The largest expanses of savanna are in Africa, where much of the central part of the continent, for example, Kenya, Tanzania, consists of tropical grasslands. So 24 percentage of the total world is like the total world, like 24 percentage of the total world is occupied by the savanna region. Next question, question 23. Herbivorous animals are also called as dash. So they are also called as primary consumers. Next question 24. The first nutritional order includes dash. The correct answer is plants. Next question, question 25. What is the percentage of energy transformation from one nutritional order to other nutritional order in a food chain system? The answer is 10%. Next question, who is the scavenger of nature? The answer to the question is decomposer. So, the decomposers, they release back to the environment the nutrients which are trapped in dead and decaying organic matter. So, the decomposers are mainly bacteria, virus, etc. They just get the nutrients that are trapped in the dead and the decaying organic matter. So, the decomposers derive their energy and nutrition from the dead and decaying matter, and hence they are called as the nature's scavengers. Next question, question 27. The region which is prosperous in biodiversity but their habitat is on the edge of destruction is called dash hotspots. The region which is prosperous in biodiversity but their habitat is on edge of destruction is called dash, that is hotspots. Next question, how many hotspots are recognized in the world? Answer is nearly 30 hotspots are recognized in the world. Next question, how many hotspot regions are there in India? So there are 4 hotspots region in India. Totally there are 30 in the world and 4 in India. Which region is declared as the first hotspot in India? The answer is Western Ghats. The Nilgiris region, the Western Ghats, the Nilgiris region is declared as the first hotspot in India. Next question 31. An oceanic sensitive zone is called dash. So it is called as Hope Spot. Hope Spot is a special place that are scientifically identified as critical to the health of the ocean. So they are actually needed for the health of the ocean. The Hope Spots allows us to plan for the future and look beyond the current marine protected areas. The hotspots can be large or they can be small. They are often described as areas that need new protection, but they can also be the marine protected areas, existing marine protected areas where more action is needed. As already said, they can be large or small. But they are critical for the life in the ocean or critical for the health of the ocean. Next question, what is the percentage of India's contribution to global diversity? So India's contribution is 8% to global diversity. Answer is 8%. Next question, in which region of India biodiversity is mostly found? The answer is Silent Valley, Kerala. The Silent Valley, Kerala has the mostly found as a biodiversity region in India. The Silent Valley National Park, it's a national park in Kerala, India. It is located in the Nilgiri Hills, and this park has some rare species of flora and fauna. This was explored in this area. The Silent Valley National Park area was explored in 1847 by a botanist called Robert White, and it is located in the border of Manarkad Taluk of Palakkad district, Nilambur Taluk of Malappuram district, Kerala, and Nilgiris district of Tamil Nadu. It has a rich biodiversity, so it is called as the region which has the most biodiversity in India. Next question, 34. Which gas is most responsible for global warming? Answer is carbon dioxide, CO2. Next question, which gases are responsible for the greenhouse effect? So the answer is CO2, CH4, N2O, and CFC. Here CO2 is carbon dioxide, CH4 is methane, N2O is nitrous oxide, and CFC is chlorofluorocarbons. The greenhouse gases are those that absorb and emit infrared radiations in the wavelength range emitted by Earth. The carbon dioxide, the nitrous oxide, the methane, and the ozone are trace gases that account for almost 0.1% of Earth's atmosphere and have an appreciable greenhouse effect. Next question is which summit is known as the Greenhouse Summit? The correct answer is Kyoto Protocol. The Kyoto Protocol, it is a treaty to reduce the greenhouse gas emissions, and it applies to six greenhouse gases, mainly the carbon dioxide, methane, nitrous oxide, hydrofluorocarbons, perfluorocarbons, and sulfur hexafluoride. Question 37. Montreal Agreement 1987 is related to what? The correct answer is ozone protection. Now, what is the Montreal Agreement or Protocol and why it is important? The Montreal Protocol is international environmental agreement that seeks to regulate the production and consumption of ozone depleting substances or the ODFs. It is important because the ozone layer needs to be protected to prevent the harmful ultraviolet radiation of the sun from reaching the earth. So this protocol was signed in the year 1987 and it came into force in the year 1989. Next question, in which sphere of atmosphere the ozone layer is situated? So it is situated in the stratosphere. The ozone layer is situated in the stratosphere of atmosphere. This layer, the ozone layer which is found in the stratosphere, it protects the earth from the sun's harmful UV radiations. It absorbs mainly 97 to 99% of the UV radiation from the sun. So if there is no ozone layer, millions of people would be affected by skin diseases including cancer and weakened immune systems. It can also, the UV radiation also affect the environment adversely, leading to decreased productivity. Next question is 39. Who discovered the ozone hole firstly? Who discovered the ozone hole firstly? The correct answer to the question is answer is Foreman in the year 1985. Foreman in the year 1985 found the ozone hole. Next question, which gas is the most effective for ozone depletion? So the chlorofluorocarbon is CFC is the most effective for the ozone depletion. Now, what is ozone layer depletion? It refers to the thinning of the protective ozone layer in the atmosphere. This happens when certain chemicals come in contact with the ozone and destroy it. These compounds that are causing the ozone layer depletion are called as ozone depleting substances or ODS. The examples are chlorofluorocarbons, CFC, hydrochlorofluorocarbons, HCFCs, then carbon tetrachloride, methyl chloroform, hydrobromofluorocarbons, halogens, etc. But among all this, the chlorofluorocarbons are the main source that cause the ozone depletion. So next question 41, what is the main source of CFC gas? So the main source from where the CFC gas comes is the refrigerators. So answer is refrigerator. Next question 42, in which region does the ozone hole is maximum expanded? I repeat the question, in which region does the ozone hole is maximum expanded? The answer to the question is over Antarctica. It is mostly or maximum expanded in the Antarctica region. Next question, the Ramsar Treaty is related to. The Ramsar Treaty is related to what? The answer is wetlands protection. It is related to the wetlands protection. Next question, river pollution level is measured by what? It is measured by biochemical oxygen demand. So now what is this BOD or biochemical oxygen demand? It is a biological method that is used for measurement of the total amount of dissolved oxygen in water. It means the how much oxygen is there in water. And this dissolved oxygen, it is used by microbes in the biological process of metabolizing the organic molecules present in water. So the total amount of oxygen gas present in the water is called as dissolved oxygen, that is DO. And the greater the BOD, the biochemical oxygen demand, lower the dissolved oxygen available for the aerobic animals such as fishes and other aquatic ecosystems. So greater the BOD, lower the dissolved oxygen. So when we say lower the dissolved oxygen, means there is pollution in the water. So the pollution is measured by using BOD. Next question is list of endangered creatures and plants is published in which book? It is published in Red Data book. The list of endangered creatures and plants is published in, answer is the Red Data book. Next question, what is the total organic matter present in an ecosystem called? What is the total organic matter present in an ecosystem called? It is called as biomass. Next question, which chemical is responsible for acid rain? The chemical responsible for acid rain, the answer is SO2 and NO2. SO2 is SO2 is sulfur dioxide and NO2 is nitrogen oxide. So what is this acid rain? Acid rain is it can be called as a rain or any other form of precipitation that is highly acidic in nature. The acid rain, it actually has elevated levels of hydrogen ions, and these ions can be harmful for the plants, the land and the aquatic animals, and even the infrastructure. It's mainly caused by the emission of the sulfur dioxide and nitrogen oxide, which react with the water molecules in the atmosphere to produce the acid. Next question, what should be the intensity of sound permitted regarding the safe noise level for a city? What should be the intensity of sound permitted regarding the safe noise level for a city? The answer is 45 decibels. 45 dB, 45 decibels. Next question, 49. Where was the Ramsar Treaty held? It was held in Iran. Answer for the question is Iran. The Ramsar Treaty was held in Iran. Next question, which region is called the lungs of the world? The answer is Amazon Basin. Amazon Basin is called as the lungs of the world. Before explaining why is Amazon basin called lungs of the world, let me say what is Ramsar Treaty, the above question. The Ramsar Treaty, it's a convention on wetlands. The convention on wetlands is called as Ramsar Treaty. Why it is important? It is important because it is an international agreement that is promoting the conservation and wise use of the wetlands. It is the only global treaty that is focusing on a single ecosystem. Now coming on to the Amazon basin. Why is Amazon basin called the lungs of the world? The Amazon rainforest is the most biodiverse region on earth. It provides shelter to more than 3 million species of plants and animals. Billions of trees absorb tons of carbon dioxide every year and slow down the climate change along with producing 20% of Earth's oxygen. Hence, it is named as lungs of Earth or lungs of the world. Next question, how many biospheres reserves in India? How many biospheres reserves are there in India? The answer to the question is 18 biospheres. Next question, which one was the first biosphere reserve in India? The answer to the question is Nilgiri Biosphere. Nilgiri Biosphere is the first biosphere reserve in India. Next one, which was the first biosphere of India that was included in the UNESCO World Network? The answer is Nilgiri Biosphere Reserve. The Nilgiri Biosphere Reserve was the first biosphere reserve of India that was included in the UNESCO World Network. Next question, which is the latest biosphere reserve of India which is included by UNESCO in the World Network? Which is the latest biosphere reserve of India included by the UNESCO in the World Network? It is Kanchenjunga. So the first biosphere network that was added to UNESCO was Nilgiri Biosphere Reserve, and the latest is the Kanchenjunga. Next question, how many of India's biosphere reserve are included in the UNESCO World Network? The answer of the question is 11 biosphere reserves of India are included in the UNESCO World Network. Question 56, which Indian river is known as the green soup? Which Indian river is known as the green soup? The answer to the question is Yamuna River. The Yamuna River is known as the green soup between Delhi to Agra due to its pollution. Next question, which river is called coal carrying river? Which river is called coal carrying river? The answer is Rhine River. Next question, which country is called as the country of lakes? The answer is Finland. Which country is called the country of lakes? The answer is Finland. Question number 59. What are the main objectives of the Kyoto Protocol 1997 agreement? The answer is control of the greenhouse gases and global warming. Control of the greenhouse gases and the global warming. Next question, in which summit Agenda 21 was passed? The Agenda 21 was passed in which summit? The answer is First Earth Summit 1992. The Agenda 21 was passed in First Earth Summit 1992. A little on Agenda 21. What is this Agenda 21? It is a non-binding action plan of the United Nations with regard to sustainable development. It is a product of the Earth Summit, as the answer says, it was passed in the Earth Summit 1992. So it is a product of the Earth Summit which was held in Rio de Janeiro, Brazil in 1992. Now, it is an action agenda for the United Nations and other multilateral organizations and individual governments around the world that can be executed at local, national and global levels. The number 21 in the Agenda 21 refers to the 21st century. So till now we saw some basic questions or standard questions that will be asked or that can be asked for the environment and ecology topic. Now let us see a little more complex questions or MCQs that can be asked in the UPSC examination. Question 1. Which of the following organ or tissue of human body is most sensitive to intake of lead? Which is the most sensitive organ or tissue for the intake of lead? The correct answer is brain. Brain is the most sensitive part in the human body with respect to lead poisoning. Question number 2, the Puli Badse Wildlife Sanctuary, which is natural habitat of grey-bellied dragopan, is located in which state? The correct answer to the question is option D, Nagaland. The Puli Badse Wildlife Sanctuary (PWS) is located at the Kohima district of Nagaland and covers an area of 923 hectares. The sanctuary is the natural habitat of Blitz tragopan or the grey-bellied tragopan. The picture shows the bird. It is called as the grey-bellied tragopan. Question number 3. The Naxira Wildlife Sanctuary (NWS) is located in which state? The correct answer is option A, Maharashtra. The Naxira Wildlife Sanctuary is located between the Bandara district and the Gondia district of Maharashtra and covers an area of 152.81 square kilometers. The sanctuary has a number of fish, 34 species of mammals, 166 species of birds, 36 species of reptiles, and 4 species of amphibians. Apart from this, this sanctuary is a home of many interesting varieties of frogs and toads like the tree frog, bullfrog, etc. Question 4. The most potent greenhouse gas among the following is? The correct answer is option C, water vapor. The most potent greenhouse gas in water vapor is water vapor, which causes about 36 to 70% of the greenhouse effect. Carbon dioxide causes around 9 to 26%, methane is 4 to 9%, and ozone is 3 to 7%, which are the other major greenhouse gases. So, water water is the most potent greenhouse gas. Question 5. What is the direction of flow of energy in an ecosystem? The correct answer is unidirectional. The energy enters the plants from the sun through the photosynthesis process. This energy is then passed on from one organism to the another in a food chain. The flow of energy in the ecosystem is unidirectional because the energy lost as heat from the living organism of a food chain cannot be reused by plants in photosynthesis. During the transfer of energy through successive tropic levels in an ecosystem, there is a loss of energy all along the path. Question 6. Ozone layer is found in which of the following? The correct answer is option B, stratosphere. The ozone layer is a region of Earth's stratosphere that absorbs most of the sun's ultraviolet radiation, which can cause skin cancer. It contains high concentrations of ozone O3 in relation to other parts of the atmosphere. Stratospheric ozone is not harmful, but its presence on land it is harmful. Question 7. Which among the following is the first national park of India? The correct answer is option B, Corbett. Jim Corbett National Park, formerly known as Haley National Park, is the oldest national park of India. It was established in the year 1936 to protect the endangered Bengal tiger. It was the first to come under the Project Tiger Conservation Program, which was launched in April 1973. Question 8. Red Data Book is published by Dash. The correct answer is option D, International Union for the Conservation of Nature and Natural Resources. So, the International Union for the Conservation of Nature and Natural Resources can be called as IUCN, is the one who publishes the red data book. And what is in this red data book? It has enlisted endangered plants and animals in the book. So it has a list of plants and animals and fungi that are endangered. Question number 9. What is the name of world's first greenhouse gas monitoring satellite? The correct answer is option C, Ibuki. Ibuki is the world's first satellite dedicated to greenhouse gas monitoring. It was manufactured by Mitsubishi Electric and launched in 2009. It measures the densities of CO2 and CH4 on the Earth's atmosphere. Question 10. Which among the following is commonly found in Gulf of Kutch, Gulf of Mannar, Andaman and Nicobar Islands and Lakshadweep? The correct answer is option B, coral reefs. A coral reef is a type of underwater ecosystem which is characterized by reef-building corals formed of colonies of coral polyps by calcium carbonate. Coral reefs in India are found in Andaman and Nicobar Islands, Gulf of Kutch, Gulf of Mannar, Lakshadweep, Netrani Island, and some areas of Gulf of Gambat. Question 11. Consider the following statements. The famous Ramsar Convention is one of the important UN Environment Conventions. 2. All the designated Ramsar sites are listed in the Montreux record. Which among the above statement is correct? The correct answer is option D. Neither 1 nor 2 is correct. The Ramsar Convention on Wetlands of International Importance is an international treaty for the conservation and sustainable use of wetlands. The treaty is named after the city of Ramsar in Iran, which was signed in 1971. It became effective in 1975. Question 12. In context with the Conference of Parties or COP to the Convention on Biological Diversity, which among the following marked Rio plus 20 CBD conference? The correct answer is option B, Nagoya. Nagoya. The 10th meeting of the Conference of the Parties on Biological Diversity was organized in Nagoya, which is in Japan, in the year 2010. It marked the Rio plus 20 Convention on Biological Diversity. Question 13. Aichi target is the outcome of which among the following protocols or summits? The correct answer is option B, Nagoya Protocol. The Nagoya Protocol is supplementary to the United Nations Convention on Biological Diversity. It is an important international treaty with India being a party to it. This protocol is a legal framework for the implementation of one of the objectives of Convention on Biological Diversity, which is the fair and equitable sharing of benefits arising out of the utilization of genetic resources. The protocol was adopted in 2010 in Nagoya, Japan. It entered into force in October 2014. Next question 14. Consider the following: 1. Community reserves, 2. Eco-sensitive zones, 3. Biosphere reserves. Which among the above are fixed in India as procedures fixed in various acts related to wildlife or environment protection? The correct answer is option C, only 1. Community reserve was established under Wildlife Protection Act 1972. It enables any state government to declare community-owned forest area as community reserve if locals are willing to participate in conservation efforts for same. Under it, community reserve receives same legal protection as national parks and wildlife sanctuaries. Next question 15. Which is not a part of National Action Plan on Climate Change? The correct answer is option B, National Mission on Pollution Control. The National Action Plan on Climate Change was launched in the year 2008. Its objective was to promote development while also yielding co-benefits for addressing climate change. Next question 16. The Red Data Book is the documentation of rare and endangered species belonging to which of the following? 1. Animals, 2. Plants, 3. Fungi. Select the correct option from the codes given below. The correct answer is option D, 1, 2 and 3. A Red Data Book contains list of species whose continued existence is threatened. Species are classified into different categories of perceived risk. Each Red Data Book usually deals with a specific group of animals or plants and fungi. They are now being published in many different countries and provide useful information on the threat status of the species. Question 17. Which of the following three sites are both mangrove forest as well as located on eastern coast of India? 1. Bhitarkanika, 2. Pichavaram, 3. Kundapur. Select the correct option from the codes given below. The correct answer is option B, 1 and 2. All the three given sites are mangrove forest. However, Kundapur is located in Karnataka and is on the western coast. Question number 18. Consider the following fauna. 1. Jerdon's courser, 2. Slender loris, 3. Narcondam hornbills. Which among the above is found in Eastern Ghats region? The correct answer is option A, only 1 and 2. The first two are found in the Eastern Ghats region. The Narcondam hornbill is an IUCN Red List species of hornbill in the Bucertide family, endemic to the Indian island of Narcondam in the Andamans. Question 19. The oxides of nitrogen are major reason behind which of the following? 1. Ground level ozone, 2. Ozone hole, 3. Acid rain. Select the correct option from the codes given below. The correct answer is option D, 1, 2 and 3. Ground level ozone is created by chemical reaction between oxides of nitrogen and volatile organic compounds in the presence of sunlight. Nitrous oxide has become the largest ozone depleting substance emitted through human activities and is expected to remain the largest. The three kinds of oxides matter in the acid rains. They are oxides of sulfur, oxides of nitrogen and oxides of hydrogen via water and hydroxyl radicals. Question 20. Which of the following are correct differences between the Paris Agreement and the Kyoto Protocol? 1. Under the Paris Agreement emission reduction targets are not mandatory as in Kyoto Protocol. Under the Paris Agreement, developed countries will not need to provide finance to the developing countries for emission reduction action as well as adaptation. The correct answer is only 1. Under the Paris Agreement, developed countries will have to take emission reduction targets and actions, but unlike the Kyoto Protocol, where such targets were mandatory, they shall be able to determine the nature and quantum of these targets nationally. Similar to the Kyoto Protocol, the developed countries will need to provide finance to the developing countries for emission reduction actions as well as adaptation. Question 21. The term facultative lagoon, sometimes seen in news, is most closely associated with what? The correct answer is option B, wastewater treatment. Facultative lagoon is related to the primary and secondary treatment of wastewater. Question 22. If we completely remove the decomposers from an ecosystem, its functioning will be adversely affected because the answer is option B, mineral movement will be blocked. Decomposers break down dead plant and animal material and waste and release them into the ecosystem as energy and nutrients for recycling. 23. Which of the following pollutants are responsible for acid rain? 1. Oxides of nitrogen. 2. Oxides of sulfur. 3. Perfluorocarbons, PFCs. Select the correct option from the codes given below. The correct answer is option B, 1 and 2 only. Acid rain is caused by emission of sulfur dioxide and nitrogen oxides, which react with the water molecules in the atmosphere to produce acid. When humans burn fossil fuels, sulfur dioxide, SO2, and nitrogen oxide, NOx, combination of NO and NO2 are released into the atmosphere. These chemical gases react with water, oxygen, and other substances to form mild solutions of sulfuric and nitric acid. NOx are formed in atmosphere due to lightning strikes in tropics and subtropics level at a height of 3 to 5 km from Earth's surface. NOx are also released by aircrafts in the stratosphere. Question 24. Which among the following is the major objective of the Compensatory Afforestation Fund? The correct answer is option C. To utilize the amounts released in lieu of the forest land diverted for non-forest purpose. That is the objective of Compensatory Afforestation Fund. The objective is to utilize the amounts realized in lieu of the forest land diverted for non-forest purpose. Question 25. Consider the following: carbon dioxide, methane, 3. Hydrogen sulfide, 4. Water. Which of the above are principal components of biogas? The correct answer is option D, 1, 2, 3 and 4. Biogas is produced by biological breakdown of organic matter by bacteria in the absence of oxygen. Question 26. Excessive accumulation of nitrogen and phosphorus in the water helps in growth of which of the following? Phytoplankton, 2. Zooplankton, 3. Fish. Select the correct option from the codes given below. The correct answer is only 1. First option, phytoplankton, is the correct, but second and third will not be correct and want you to think about eutrophication. So, phosphorus stimulates the growth of algae in slow moving water. These algae eventually die and decompose, removing the oxygen from the water. This process is called eutrophication. This leads to killing of fish and other fauna and drastic fall in fish population. Question number 27. Consider the following: 1. Acid rain, 2. Fog, 3. Snow. What or which of the above are types of wet deposition? The correct answer is option C, 1, 2 and 3. Wet deposition refers to acid rain, fog and snow. Question 28. Which of the following is the correct food chain? The correct answer is option C, phytoplankton, zooplankton and fish. Third option is the correct answer. Question 29. What are the differences between the ecosystem and biome? An ecosystem comprises biotic as well as abiotic components, while a biome has only biotic components. An ecosystem is generally larger part of biosphere, while a biome is a smaller part. Which among the above statement is correct? The correct answer is D. Neither 1 nor 2, means the options 1 and 2 given in the question are not correct. Biomes are group of ecosystems that share similar conditions in an environment. A biome is a larger part that may comprise many ecosystems. Technically, biomes are groups of ecosystems that share similar conditions in an environment. A biome is a large area with a similar flora, fauna and microorganisms and conditions of water, temperature and soil. The biomes are divided on the basis of factors such as plant structures, leaf types and plant spacing and climate. Question 30. Which of the following are correct statements? 1. In an aquatic ecosystem, zooplankton are primary consumers. 2. In a food chain consisting of phytoplankton, zooplankton, fish and fishermen, the fishermen are secondary consumers. Select the correct option from the codes given below. The correct answer is option A, only one. Phytoplankton are primary producers. Zooplankton are zooplankton function as both primary consumers and detritivores. They feed directly on primary consumers such as phytoplankton. Fish are a mixture of secondary and tertiary consumers. Secondary would be feeding on primary consumers and tertiary would be predators that eat primary and secondary consumers. Fishermen are solely tertiary consumers since they are only interested in eating either secondary consumer fish or at times eating other tertiary consumers. Question 31. Identify the famous Ramsar site with the help of given information. 1. The region is an excellent example of glacial erosion. 2. It is located near the Kunsam Pass joining the Himalayan and Pir ranges. 3. The wetland is home to many species like snowcock, kukor, black ring slit and blue sheep. Select the correct answer from the options given below. The correct answer is option D, Chandra Tal. All given statements are related to Chandra Tal. Question 32. Consider the following. Newston, 2. Plankton, 3. Necton. Which of the above or are found in the lotic ecosystem? The correct answer is 1 and 3 only. Plankton are found in the lentic ecosystem. In most lotic ecosystem, phytoplankton are simply displaced by the current and are not able to form standing populations. Question 33. What are the differences between ecosystem and biome? 1. Ecosystem comprises biotic as well as abiotic components, while a biome has only biotic components. An ecosystem is generally larger part of the biosphere, while biome is a smaller part. Which among the above statement is correct? The correct answer is D, neither 1 nor 2. I think this question is repeated. Next question. Question 34. The biodigester biotoilet. 1. It is 100% maintenance free. 2. Produces inflammable gas containing majority of methane. 3. Involves decomposition of waste by a consortium of bacteria and fungi. 4. Works in a limited range of temperatures. Which among the above is correct? The correct answer is option B, only 1 and 2. Biodigester biotoilet is 100% maintenance free. It doesn't need any external energy for treatment. It produces inflammable gas which contains maximum amount of methane. Question 35. There is a carbon footprint if a process releases 1. Carbon dioxide, 2. Methane, 3. Nitrous oxide, 4. Hydrofluorocarbons. Select the correct option from the codes given below. The correct answer is option D, 1, 2, 3 and 4. Carbon footprint considers all 6 of the Kyoto Protocol greenhouse gases listed above. However, to simplify matters, since CO2 is the most prevalent greenhouse gas, these emissions are expressed in terms of CO2 equivalent based on a convention table that uses the Intergovernmental Panel on Climate Change Global Warming Potential Factors. Next question. Consider the following categories of IUCN Red List of Threatened Species. 1. VU, 2. EN, 3. CR, 4. EW. Which among the following is the correct order of the categories shown increasing threat to the species in these categories. The correct answer is 1, 2 and 3. So the order given in the question is correct. Now what is VU? VU is vulnerable, high risk of endangerment in the near future. Means the flora, fauna or animals or the fungi that is listed in the red book as VU is vulnerable, means high risk of endangerment in the near future. Next is EN, which is endangered, means a high risk of extinction in the wild. Next is CR. CR is critically endangered, means extremely high risk of extinction in the wild. Next is EW. EW is extinct in the wild, known only to survive in captivity. Next question 37. With reference to IUCN, International Union for Conservation of Nature and Natural Resources, which among the following is a correct statement? The correct answer is option D. IUCN is a collaboration of both governmental agencies and private conservation groups. The IUCN works in the field of nature conservation and sustainable use of natural resources. It was founded in the year 1948. It is a collaboration of both governmental agencies and private conservation groups. IUCN publishes the Red List, compiling information from a network of conservation organizations to rate the species that are most endangered in the world. Question 38. The Stockholm Convention is a globally trade focused to eliminate what? The correct answer is persistent organic pollutants. The Stockholm Convention on Persistent Organic Pollutants is a treaty which was signed in 2001 for environmental purposes. The objective of the treaty was to eliminate the production and use of persistent organic pollutants. The dirty dozens are aldrin, chlordane, furans, DDT, dieldrin, dioxins, endrin, heptachlor, hexachlorobenzene, Mirex, PCBs and toxaphene. Next question 39. Apart from greenhouse effect, which among the following contribute in global warming? 1. Depletion of the ozone in stratosphere. 2. Deforestation. 3. Certain waste management and agricultural practices. 4. Nuclear testing. The correct answer is option B, only 2 and 3. So only deforestation and certain waste management and agricultural practices contributed to the global warming. We need to note that ozone hole is not the mechanism of global warming. Ultraviolet radiation represents less than 1% of energy from the sun, not enough to be the cause of the excess heat from human activities. Similarly, the total impact of all the nuclear tests done so far is minuscule, and that too is a net cooling factor rather. Question 40. A waste to energy system captures greenhouse gases from hog waste and burns them to run a turbine, producing electricity. Which among the following are consequences of such project? 1. It can help to reduce global warming. 2. It creates carbon offset credits. 3. It creates a low carbon economy. 4. It results in carbon sequestration. Select the correct option from the codes given below. The correct answer is option D, 1, 2, 3 and 4. A waste to energy system uses greenhouse gases to produce electricity. It can help to reduce global warming. It creates carbon offset credits. It creates a low carbon economy. It results in carbon sequestration. Question 41. A grasshopper eats plants, rabbit eats grasshopper and a hawk eats the rabbit. The position of grasshopper in the given food chain is of dash. The answer is B, primary consumer. Primary producers are plants. Plants consumers are which feed directly and only on all or part of the living plants. Secondary consumers are which feed only on plant eating animals. The tertiary or the higher level consumers are which feed on animal eating animals. Grasshopper is the above food chain. The above food chain is a primary consumer. Question 42. Consider the following ecological factors. 1. Precipitation. 2. Temperature. 3. Sunlight. 4. Wind. Which of the above determine the characteristics of various biomes? Correct answer is D. 1, 2, 3 and 4. All of the above given ecological factors are useful in determining the characteristics of various biomes. Question 43. To qualify as a biodiversity hotspot, a region must 1. Contain at least a 0.5% or 1500 species of vascular plants as endemics. 2. Have lost at least 70% of its primary vegetation. Which of the above statements are correct? Correct answer is C, both 1 and 2. Both are important criteria for a region to be declared as biodiversity hotspot. Question 44. In which of the following regions of India you are most likely to come across the Narcondam hornbill in its natural habitat? The answer is option C, Andaman Islands. The Narcondam hornbill is a species endemic to the Indian island of Narcondam in the Andamans. Question 45. Identify the fauna with the help of the given information. 1. The fauna is the state animal of Sikkim. 2. It is an arboreal animal and more than 50% of its population is known to be concentrated in eastern Himalayas. 3. It is poached for its distinctive pelts and has been listed as endangered in the IUCN list. Select the correct answer from the options given below. The correct answer is option B, red panda. The red panda has been classified as endangered by the IUCN because its wild population is estimated at less than 10,000 mature individuals. The mammal is native to the eastern Himalayas and southwestern China. The red panda is the state animal of Sikkim. Almost 50% of the red panda's habitat is in the eastern Himalayas. Question 46. Identify the fauna with the help of given information. The fauna has been recently declared vermin in Himachal Pradesh. 2. It is listed as least concern in the IUCN Red List of Threatened Species. 3. The fauna is a regular swimmer. 4. The fauna is a native to Asia. 5. The fauna is diurnal. Select the correct answer from the options given below. The correct answer is option D, rhesus macaw. All given features are of rhesus macaw. Question 47. The BioBridge Initiative program facilitates technical and scientific cooperation among parties by 1. Creating the space for countries and institutions to share knowledge and technical support. 2. Establishing pool funding by developed countries to support developing countries. Which of the above statements are correct? The correct answer is option A, 1 only. Second statement is incorrect. There is no such provision. Question 48. Consider the following statements about a sea buckthorn. 1. It is a deciduous shrub used for soil erosion control. 2. Cultivation of sea buckthorn is a mega project under Green India Mission. 3. Sea buckthorn grows mostly in the Himalayan region. Which of the above statements are correct? Correct answer is option D, 1, 2 and 3. Means all the three options given in the question about sea buckthorn are correct. Sea buckthorn is a deciduous shrub and an ideal plant for soil erosion. It is a medicinal plant found in the Himalayan region. Our country holds tremendous potential in respect of sea buckthorn fruit production and diverse varieties which have health promoting properties and can play a crucial role in preventing soil erosion and help nitrogen fixation in cold and desert areas. Next question 49. National Initiative on Climate Resilient Agriculture NICRA is a initiative to enhance the resilience of Indian agriculture covering crops, livestock and fisheries. 2. It's funded by World Bank. Which of these statements are correct? The answer is option A, one only. The National Initiative on Climate Resilient Agriculture (NICRA) was launched during February 2011 by Indian Council of Agricultural Research with the funding from Ministry of Agriculture, Government of India. Under this initiative, the site-specific technology packages are demonstrated on the farmers' fields so that farmer can be educated for adapting to current climatic risk. Another objective is to enhance the capacity of scientists and other stakeholders in climate resilient agriculture research and its application. Question 50. As per recent survey, which of the following pollutants have been highly responsible for the pollution of groundwater in the Indo-Gangetic plain? Indo-Gangetic basin. The correct answer is option A, arsenic. As per recent study, up to a depth of 200 meters, 60% of groundwater in the Indo-Gangetic basin is polluted due to arsenic content and high salinity of water. Other sources of pollution are naturally occurring iron, sulfides, manganese and radioactive decay of uranium in the bedrock, which creates the radioactive gas radon. Other sources of pollution is saltwater intrusion, where seawater seeps into groundwater, especially in coastal areas. Question number 51. Consider the following statement about the National Biotechnology Mission. 1. It is an initiative under the Ministry of Science and Technology. 2. The mission focuses on sustainable utilization of renewable biological resources. Which of the above statements are correct? The correct answer is option C, both 1 and 2. Both the statements given in the question are correct. Question 52. In recent times, health concerns have been raised concerning human exposure to coal tar. Various applications of coal tar include 1. Manufacturing of hair dyes, soaps and detergents. 2. Construction of roads and pavements. 3. Manufacturing of paints. 4. Manufacturing of photographic materials. Which among the above statements are correct? The correct answer is option D, 1, 2, 3 and 4. Coal tar is incorporated into some parking lot seal coat products used to protect and beautify the underlying pavement. It is used but not much commonly in road construction. Coal tar is also used it's used in medicated shampoo, soap, ointment as a treatment for dandruff and psoriasis, as well as being used to kill and repel head lice. Health concerns have been raised concerning human exposure to coal tar in products such as hair dyes, since coal tar and many coal tar derived components are known to be carcinogenic. This is mainly because of the presence of polycyclic aromatic hydrocarbons. Question 53. Consider the following comparisons drawn between United Nations Security Council and the International Court of Justice. 1. While the United Nations Security Council has 15th member state, the International Court of Justice has 5 judges. 2. While election of the UNSC is conducted only in the General Assembly, election for ICJ is conducted in the UNGA and UNSC. Which of the following are correct? Which of the above statements are correct? The correct answer is B. Only 2 is correct. Means while election to the UNSC is conducted only in the General Assembly, election for ICG is held concurrently in the UNGA and UNSC. First statement is incorrect while the Security Council has 15 member states, the International Court of Justice has 15 judges. Second statement is correct while election to the UNSC is conducted only in the General Assembly. Election for ICJ is held concurrently in the UNGA and UNSC. Next question 54. Consider the following statement about National Company Law Appellate Tribunal. 1. It is a quasi-judicial body established under the Company Act 2013. An appeal against the order passed by NCLT can be made only in Supreme Court. Which of the above statements are correct? The correct answer is option A, only one. Only one is correct. First statement is correct. The National Company Law Appellate Tribunal (NCLAT) is a quasi-judicial body established under the Companies Act 2013. I'll repeat it. It is the quasi-judicial body that is established under the Companies Act 2013. Question number 55. Ozone disinfection of water is generally preferred than chlorination. Which among the following is or are advantage of ozone disinfection over the chlorination? 1. Ozone disinfection does produce harmful side products generally. 2. Ozone disinfection leaves no disinfectant residual in the water. 3. The taste and odor of water don't get changed by the ozone disinfection. Select the correct option from the codes given below. The correct answer is option D, only 1 and 3. Ozone disinfection leaves no disinfectant residual in the water and is a disadvantage rather. Question 56. Which among the following animals are found in wild in India's biodiversity hotspots? 1. Red panda. 2. Slow loris. 3. Lion-tailed macaw. Select the correct option from the codes given below. The correct answer is option D, 1, 2 and 3. There are 2 biodiversity hotspots in India, one in Eastern Himalaya and one in Western Ghats. Red panda is endemic to the temperate forest of the Himalayas and ranges from the foothills of western Nepal to China in the east. Slow loris is found in South and Southeast Asia, including Eastern Himalayas or India's northeast. And the lion-tailed macaw is endemic to Western Ghats. Question 57. How the CITES treaty has been helpful in protecting endangered flora and fauna? The correct answer is option B, listing those species and products whose international trade is controlled. So the CITES or CITES treaty, it is helpful for protecting endangered flora and fauna by listing those species and products whose international trade is controlled. Question 58. Which of the following statement is or are correct? 1. India is the 5th largest producer of e-waste in the world. 2. Africa has lowest amount of e-waste per inhabitant. 3. Norway is the top per capita producers of e-waste. Select the correct option from the codes given below. The correct answer is option D, 1, 2 and 3, means all the options given in the question are correct. India is the fifth biggest producer of e-waste in the world, discarding 1.7 million tons of electronic and electrical equipment in 2014. The top per capita producers by far are the wealthy nations of Northern and Western Europe, the top 5 being Norway, Switzerland, Iceland, Denmark and the UK. The lowest amount of e-waste per inhabitant was generated in Africa. The top 3 Asian nations with the highest e-waste generation in absolute quantities are China, Japan and India. Question 59. Why there is no taiga biome on southern hemisphere? Option 1. There isn't enough landmass in the southern hemisphere. 2. The environment in southern hemisphere does not support coniferous plants. Select the correct option from the codes given below. The correct answer is option A, only 1. Means there isn't enough landmass in the southern hemisphere, so there is no taiga biome on the southern hemisphere. In the southern hemisphere there are also found coniferous, but most of them are in the warmer climates. The second statement given is incorrect. In the southern hemisphere, in altitudes where taiga biome is found, means 45 degree to 70 degree latitude, Earth is mostly covered with oceans, and that is the reason that no taiga biome is there on southern hemisphere. Question number 60. Which of the following statement is true? 1. Mangrove ecosystem is an example of ecotone. 2. Mangrove are halophytic plants. 3. They are involved in viviparous mode of reproduction. Select the correct answer from the codes given below. The correct answer is option A, 1, 2 and 3. The mangroves are located at the interaction of land and sea. Thus, this ecosystem is called ecotone. Mangroves are halophytic evergreen plants growing on tidal coast. They require high solar radiation and have pneumatophores or blind roots. They are marked by viviparous mode of reproduction in which seeds germinate in the tree itself before falling on the ground. The question 61. Which of the following can be classified under primary pollutants? 1. Plastic, 2. Sulfur dioxide, 3. Nitrogen oxide, 4. Ozone. Select the correct answer from the codes given below. The correct answer is option B, 1, 2 and 3 only. Primary pollutants are those pollutants that affect the environment in their unmodified form. Example, carbon monoxide, sulfur dioxide, nitrogen oxide, etc. Secondary pollutants are those that affect the environment in their modified form. Example, the troposphere ozone is formed after the reaction of volatile organic compounds and the nitrogen oxides. Next question 62. Which of the following is true about the Nandur Madhumeshwar bird sanctuary? The correct answer is option D. All of the above are true. Means Godavari flows across this sanctuary. It is located in Maharashtra and it has been designated under Ramsar list of wetlands. The Nandur Madhumeshwar Bird Sanctuary has been designated as a wetland of international importance under Ramsar Convention. It is located in Maharashtra across the Godavari river. Question 63. Which of the following is true about nuclear waste? 1. It can be kept under water permanently for its safe storage. 2. It does not decay for a long time. Select the correct answer from the codes given below. The correct answer is option B, 2 only. Nuclear waste is the waste released from the nuclear reactor. It is radioactive waste that does not decay for a long period of time. It can be stored under water temporarily. For its long term safe storage, it has to be stored in deep geological formations. Question 64. Which of the following is or are the harmful effect of lead? The correct answer is option D, all of the above. Means the lead can cause breakdown of nervous system, it can cause cancer, it can cause digestive problems, it can cause problems to the brain. So lead in the body can lead to cancer, digestive problems and nervous breakdown. Question number 65. When was Ganga Action Plan started? The correct answer is option B, 1986. The Ganga Action Plan was started in the year 1986 for the purpose of pollution abatement. The Ganga Action Plan, GAP, it was a program that was launched by Rajiv Gandhi in the year 1986 in order to reduce the pollution load on the river. The various waste that was there in Ganga was like the human waste, where the people used to bath, then do the laundry and the public defecation, and the industrial waste that is coming into Ganga, that is dumping untreated waste into it. Then also during the religious festivals, people bathe in the Ganges to cleanse themselves from their sins. So all this led to uh, accumulation of pollutants in the Ganga river. So the action plan to clean or reduce the pollution load on the river is called as the Ganga Action Plan, and it was started in the year 1986 by Rajiv Gandhi. Next question. Which of the following facilitates decline in the forest? 1. Less afforestation. 2. Ruthless deforestation. 3. Increase in desertification. 4. Soil erosion. Select the correct answer from the codes given below. The correct answer is option B, 2, 3 and 4 only. Planting less trees does not lead to decline in forest until there is deforestation. Increasing deforestation and soil erosion makes the land brazen and thus can lead to decline in the forest. Question 67. Which of the following is true about pet coke? 1. It is a byproduct of petroleum refining. 2. It is responsible for releasing high sulfur content. Select the correct answer from the codes given below. The correct answer is option C, both. Pet coke is the bottom of the barrel byproduct of petroleum refining. It is cheap and easier to transport, having high calorific value. They are used as fuel. It is a pollutant as it releases high sulfur content and fine dust. Question 68. Which of the following components are considered as biotic components? 1. Water. 2. Soil. 3. Symbionts. 4. Non-green plants. Select the correct answer from the codes given below. The correct answer is option C, only 3 and 4. The relationship and the interaction between different organisms and the environment are highly complex. It comprises both biotic and abiotic components. Some of the biotic components are green plants, non-green plants, decomposers, parasites, symbionts, animals, man, etc. Question number 69. Which of the following statements are correct about desert biome? 1. Low and sporadic rainfall with low humidity. 2. The days are very hot but the nights are cold. 3. Euphorbias and sagebrush are found. Select the correct answer from the codes given below. The correct answer is option C, only 2 and 3. Desert biomes are present in continental interiors with very low and sporadic rainfall with low humidity. The days are very hot but the nights are cold. The flora is drought resistant such as cactus, euphorbias, sagebrush, etc. Question number 70. The organisms which occur primarily or most abundantly in the ecotone are referred to as dash. The correct answer is option B, edge species. The organisms which occur primarily or most abundantly in the ecotone are referred to as edge species. In the terrestrial ecosystem, the edge effect is especially applicable to birds. Question 71. Which of the following organisms come under the category of decomposer organisms? 1. Fungi, 2. Virus, 3. Bacteria. Select the correct option from the codes given below. The correct answer is option C, only 1 and 3. That is fungi and bacteria come under the category of decomposer organism. Decomposers are organisms that break down the organic matter that is found in the dead bodies of plants and animals. So these are mainly microorganisms like fungi and bacteria. Viruses are not decomposers. Question 72. An increase in concentration of a pollutant from the environment to the first organism in a food chain is referred to as dash. The correct answer is option A, bioaccumulation. An increase in concentration of a pollutant from the environment to the first organism in a food chain is referred to as bioaccumulation. It refers to how pollutants enter a food chain. Question 73. Which of the following statements are correct? 1. Pioneer community is the first plant to colonize an area. 2. The intermediate stage of succession is called the climax community. 3. The stage leading to the climax community are called series. Select the correct option from the codes given below. The correct answer is option C, only 1 and 3. The pioneer community is the first plant to colonize an area, and the climax community is the final stage of succession. The stage leading to the climax community are called successional stages or series. Question 74. Which of the following are the climatic conditions of tropical dry evergreen forest? 1. Annual rainfall in this forest is 100 cm. 2. The mean humidity is about 75%. 3. The mean annual temperature is about 35 degrees Celsius. Select the correct option from the codes given below. The correct answer is option A, only 1 and 2. The tropical dry evergreen forest receive annual rainfall of 100 cm. The mean humidity is about 75% and the mean annual temperature is about 28 degrees Celsius. Next question, question 75. Which of the following are visible above the ground only during the rainy season but have a perennial underground stem? The correct answer is option B, rain perennials. The rain perennials are visible above the ground only during the rainy season but have a perennial underground system as they depend on the presence of subterranean water. Question number 76. Which of the following states are among the top 5 states to have shown an increase in forest cover? 1. Assam, 2. Uttar Pradesh, 3. Karnataka. Select the correct option from the codes given below. The correct answer is option C, only 3. The Karnataka have shown an increase in the forest cover. The top 5 states to have shown an increase in forest cover include Karnataka having an area of 1025 square kilometer. Then Andhra Pradesh with 990 square kilometer. Third position is for Kerala, 823 square kilometer. Then is Jammu and Kashmir, 371 square kilometer. And the fifth position is for Himachal Pradesh, 334 square kilometer. Question 77. Which of the following statements are correct? 1. The water temperature changes less rapidly than the temperature of the air. 2. The aquatic organisms have narrow temperature tolerance limit. 3. Small changes in water temperature does not threaten to the survival of aquatic organisms. Select the correct option from the codes given below. The correct answer is option A, only 1 and 2. The water temperature changes less rapidly than the temperature of air. The aquatic organisms have narrow temperature tolerance limit. Even small changes in water temperature threatens the survival of aquatic organisms. Question 78. Which of the following statements are correct regarding wetland ecosystem? 1. Wetlands are areas intermediate in character between deep water and terrestrial habitats, also transitional in nature and often located between them. 2. These habitats experience periodic flooding from adjacent deep water habitats. 3. Plants and animals are specifically adapted to shallow flooding or water logging. Select the correct option from the codes given below. The correct answer is option D, 1, 2 and 3. The wetlands are areas that are intermediate in character between the deep water and the terrestrial habitats. Also, they are transitional in nature and they are often located between the deep water and the terrestrial habitats. The wetland habitats experience periodic flooding from adjacent deep water habitats. The plants and animals are specifically adapted to shallow flooding or water logging. Question 79. Which of the following is the dominant producer in lakes? The correct answer is option A, phytoplankton. Phytoplankton are microscopic marine algae and is the base of several aquatic food webs. They are one of the most dominant producers in the lake ecosystem. They provide food for the whales, the shrimps, the snails and jellyfish. Question 80. Which of the following statements are correct? 1. Lagoons and backwaters are coastal lakes which have their connection with the sea through small openings. 2. They exhibit a gradient in salinity from fresh water to marine depending upon the extent of influence of the seawater. Select the correct option from the codes given below. The correct answer is option C, both 1 and 2. Lagoons and backwaters are coastal lakes which have their connection with the sea through small openings. They exhibit a gradient in salinity from freshwater to marine depending upon the extent of influence from the seawater. Question 81. Which of the following whales can be easily identified by the white calluses on their heads? The correct answer is option C, North Atlantic right whale. The North Atlantic right whale is a baleen whale. At present, they are among the most endangered whales in the world. They feed on plankton and are usually found in the coastal waters. Question number 82. Which of the following statements are correct about Atelopus balios? 1. It is a species of toad which belongs to the family Buphonidae. 2. It is endemic to southwestern Ecuador. 3. It is also known as Rio Pescado stubfoot toad. Select the correct option from the codes given below. The correct answer is option D, 1, 2 and 3. The Atelopus balios is a species of toad which belongs to the family of Buphonidae. It is endemic to the southwestern Ecuador. It is also known as Rio Pescado stubfoot toad. Question 83. Which of the following statements is or are correct regarding the large-toothed sawfish? 1. The scientific name of large-toothed sawfish is Pristis pristis. The IUCN status of the large-toothed sawfish is critically endangered. 3. They are endemic to the northern Australia. Select the correct option from the codes given below. The correct answer is option D, 1, 2 and 3. The scientific name of the large-toothed sawfish, which is also called as common sawfish, is Pristis pristis. The IUCN status of the large-toothed sawfish is critically endangered. They are endemic to the northern Australia. Question 84. Which of the following statements are correct regarding Advance Informed Agreement under Cartagena Protocol on Biosafety? The one is under this agreement, a country which wants to export a LMO for intentional release into the environment must notify in writing the party of import before the first proposed export takes place. 2. The party of import must acknowledge receipt of the notification within 90 days and it must also communicate its decision on whether or not to import the LMO within 270 days. Select the correct option from the codes given below. The correct answer is option C, both 1 and 2. As per the Advance Informed Agreement under Cartagena Protocol on Biosafety, a country which wants to export a LMO for intentional release into the environment must notify in writing the party of the import before the first proposed export takes place. The party of import must acknowledge the receipt of the notification within 90 days and it must also communicate its decision on whether or not to import the LMO within 270 days. Question number 85. Which of the following lists species that are most endangered among CITES listed animals and plants? The correct answer is option A, Appendix 1. The Appendix 1 includes species that are threatened with extinction. It provides the greatest level of protection including restriction on commercial trade. Some of the examples include gorillas, sea turtles, most ladies slipper orchids and giant pandas. If you see the classification of species under CITES, you can see that in Appendix 1 you have the species that are threatened with extinction. So the trade is controlled to 3% of all the species, and in Appendix 2 the trade is strictly controlled to 97% of all the species. They are the Appendix 2 species are at the risk of becoming threatened, and the Appendix 3 they are protected. Their trade is controlled and inside a specific country. The trade of the species is protected in a specific country. Next question, 86. Which of the following is also known as Bone Convention? The correct answer is option C, CMS. The Convention on the Conservation of Migratory Species of Wild Animals is also known as CMS or Bone Convention. The convention aims to conserve terrestrial, aquatic and avian migratory species throughout their range. Next question, 87. Which of the following statements are correct regarding CMS as a framework convention? 1. Agreement under CMS may range from legally binding treaties called agreements to less formal instruments such as MOUs. The development of models under CMS are tailored according to the conservation needs throughout the migratory range. Select the correct option from the codes given below. The correct answer is option C, both 1 and 2. The agreement under CMS may range from legally binding treaties called agreements to less formal instruments such as MOUs. The development of model under CMS are tailored according to the conservation needs throughout the migratory range of birds. Next question, 88. Which of the following is one of the Rio Conventions that focuses on desertification, land degradation and drought? The correct answer is option D, UNCCD, the United Nations Convention to Combat desertification, which is also called as UNCCD, was established in 1994. It is one of the Rio Conventions that focuses on desertification, land degradation and drought. Question 89. Which of the following sites of India have received recognition under Globally Important Agricultural Heritage System GIAHS? 1. Traditional Agricultural System of Koraput, Odisha. Then 2. Below sea level farming system of Kuttanad, Kerala. Select the correct option from the codes given below. The correct answer is C, both 1 and 2. Traditional agricultural system of Koraput, Odisha and the below sea level farming system of Kuttanad, Kerala are sites of India that have received recognition under globally important agricultural heritage systems. Question 90. According to IUCN, the protected areas of India are categorized in which of the following units? 1. National parks. 2. Wildlife sanctuaries. 3. Private protected areas. 4. Special protection areas. Select the correct answer from the codes given below. The correct answer is option B, only 1, 2 and 3. According to the provisions of Wildlife Act, in 1972, the protected areas in India are categorized into following categories. 1 is national parks, 2 is wildlife sanctuaries, 3 biosphere reserves, 4 reserved and protected forests, then conservation reserves and community reserves, private protected areas and the conservation areas. Question 91. Which of the following statements are correct about pollutants? 1. Materials or factors which cause adverse effect on the natural quality of any component of the environment are known as pollutants. 2. A pollutant has the capability to cause either long or short-term damage by changing the growth rate of plant or animal species. Select the correct option from the codes given below. The correct answer is option C, both 1 and 2. Material or factors which cause adverse effects on the natural quality of any component of the environment are known as pollutants. A pollutant has the ability to cause either long or short-term damage by changing the growth rate of plant or animal species. Question 92. Which of the following gases slows our reflexes and makes us confused and sleepy? The correct answer is option B, carbon monoxide. Carbon monoxide slows our reflexes and makes us confused and sleepy. It lowers down the amount of oxygen that enters our blood. It is a colorless and odorless gas that is produced by the incomplete burning of carbon-based fuels. Question 93. Which of the following sources emits nitrogen oxides into the atmosphere? 1. Thermal power plants. 2. Industries. 3. Vehicular emissions. Select the correct option from the codes given below. The correct answer is option D, 1, 2 and 3. The nitrogen oxides are a group of 7 gases and compounds which is composed of nitrogen and oxygen and collectively known as NOx or nitrogen oxide gases. Some of the sources of nitrogen oxides emission are thermal power plants, industries and vehicles. Next question 94. Which of the following statements are correct regarding UNFCCC? 1. The primary goal of UNFCCC were to stabilize greenhouse gas emission. 2. India signed the agreement in June 1992. Select the correct option from the codes given below. The correct answer is option C, both 1 and 2. The United Nations Framework Convention on Climate Change, which is UNFCCC, was adopted in the year 1992. The primary goal of UNFCCC were to stabilize greenhouse gas emissions. India also signed the agreement in June 1992. Question 95. Sailesh Nayak Committee is related to which of the following? The correct answer is option C, coastal regulation zones. The Sailesh Nayak Committee was constituted in 2014. This committee was constituted with the mandate of examining the issues of the coastal states and union territories with respect to the Coastal Regulation Zone CRZ notification 2011. Question 96. Arrange the following gases in descending order of relative contribution to total global warming. 1. Carbon dioxide, 2. Methane, 3. CFCs, 4. Nitrous oxide. Select the correct option from the codes given below. The correct answer is option A, 1, 2, 3 and 4. So the relative order, the descending order of the contribution in total global warming comes as like carbon dioxide first, methane second, CFCs third and nitrous oxides in the fourth. Some of these greenhouse gases occur naturally in the atmosphere while others are result from the human activities. The carbon dioxide contributes about 60 percentage of the global warming, whereas methane contributes 20 percentage. The chlorofluorocarbons, CFCs, contribute 14 percentage, and the nitrous oxide N2O contribute 6 percentage to the global warming. Question 97. Which of the following countries houses half of the world's forest? 1 is USA, 2 Russia, 3 China, 4 Brazil, 5 Australia. Select the correct option from the codes given below. The correct answer is option A. Only 1, 2, 3 and 4. More than half of the world's forests are found in only 5 countries, namely United States of America, the Russian Federation, Brazil, Canada and China. Brazil has the maximum with 815 million hectares of forest area. The question 98. Which of the following is the result of rising levels of atmospheric carbon dioxide in oceanic chemistry? The correct answer is option D. pH will decrease. When the uptake of atmospheric carbon dioxide by the ocean increases, the concentration of hydrogen ions in the ocean increases, which results in lowering of the pH of the ocean. This process is also known as ocean acidification. Question 99. Which of the following statements are correct regarding Bali meet of 2007? 1. The aim of this meeting was to discuss what happens after 2012, which marks the end of first phase of Kyoto Protocol. 2. The developed countries wished that after 2012, even the developing countries like India and China should undertake some kind of emission cuts. Select the correct option from the codes given below. The correct answer is option C, both 1 and 2. The Bali meet of 2007 was aimed to discuss what happens after 2012, where the Kyoto Protocol ends. The phase 1 of the Kyoto Protocol ends. The developed countries wished that after 2012, even the developing countries like India and China should undertake some kind of emission cuts. Next question 100, which is our last question. Which of the following are the sources of bioenergy? 1. Organic residue, 2. Farm organic residue, 3. Forest residue, 4. Organic urban residue. Select the correct option from the codes given below. The correct answer is option D, 1, 2, 3 and 4. So all the 4 are sources of bioenergy. Bioenergy is defined as a renewable energy which is made available from materials derived from biological. The sources of bioenergy include organic residue, farm organic residue, forest residue, organic urban residue and algal residues. Thank you everyone on behalf of Defense IAS Academy. I hope this session was informative and useful. Uh, I hope this helps you for your UPSC preparations. And also, if you like the video, please do share the video with your friends and also subscribe to the channel Defense IAS Academy. Thank you.